And the coronavirus pandemic has disrupted many things, but one thing it has also shut down film and television production. It's changed our viewing and entertainment choices at home as well. But as the industry considers returning to work, it will have to navigate a very different world with this lockdown. How will the cameras roll under a new normal? We discuss in this episode of The Chiefs. Welcome to this special edition of the Chiefs. With me right now is Lucy Cruz Valdez of News 5. And
Hello.
Lud, kasama na ba natin si Ami? Parang hindi pa yata.
No,
Hahabol
wala
yata
pa.
si Ami.
Yeah.
Ami Pamintuan po, Philippine Star. I think, I understand will try to join us a bit later. But Lucy, welcome. Mukha tayong dalawa muna.
Welcome din, Robbie. Excited na ako sa guest, pero sige, magchikahan muna tayo.
Balitaan muna. Well,
Yeah.
may balita ako sa'yo.
Ano?
First wave pa lang tayo, Lucy.
I
First
know.
wave pa lang.
Clarify na final. Ano ba talaga, Tito? Alam na natin.
But really,
Hindi, tsaka maganda yung explanation na dapat nga naman, nag-flatten muna bago mo tawagin na wave na tapos na, di ba? We haven't even flattened yet, really, di ba?
We keep
on the first.
Yeah, but none of us are public health experts here, but we always bring up one very basic problem of messaging, of communication. And again, I think one of the basic problems is definition of terms. We're 2.5 months into this, and we're still not even on the same page when it comes to definition of terms. Everybody kept saying first wave, watch out for the second wave, and then all along pala, we're not even, the Department of Health, the health secretary of all people is not following a standard definition even of what a wave was.
And then it gives rise to speculation, which is really worse, no? Because then you don't know who to believe.
That's right.
Then you wonder whether decisions are being made on the basis of facts, no? So ang hirap. So I think that's also the reason why, no excuses, I know, but I think that's the reason why compliance tends to be low, no? People tend to be bold. They say, wala na raw pwede na lumabas. Wala na naawa first wave pa lang pala okay na pala Parang, di ba? Kasi nga,
and Lucy, nagkataon lang tayong dalawa, but this is relevant to both of us, other than what's happening on the national level, but here in Quezon City, di ba? A lot of confusion with regards to, may additional barangays daw that were placed under, and now
there's lockdown, di ba? Hard lockdown,
special concern barangays and locations on top of an EECQ na iba pa yun sa ECQ, MECQ. We don't even have standard terms and standard definition of terms. And then it seems as if over the past weeks, almost every week may bagong term. Almost daily pa nga may bagong...
Ano na ba? Kolektahin natin ang mga terms na yan. Sa test pa lang, di ba? May PCR, antibody rapid test, mga ganyan, di ba? Tapos curve. Tapos natin curve. Sa ECQ pa lang di ba? Ang dami na. GCQ, MECQ, new normal. Di ba?
And then, like I said, today I woke up to EECQ, right?
Yes.
And then on top of that, a special concern. Special concern. So parang it's hard for people to keep up. I can understand the frustration on the side of government officials as well in trying to communicate everything. But government also has to understand the confusion on the side of the people.
True. Oy, nandiyan na si Ami.
Ami, welcome. Ikaw magpaliwanag sa amin lahat ng di namin maintindihan.
Marami, pati yung mga term ng lockdown, hindi ko na maintindihan kung ano yung mga degree na. Pati yung mga
We don't even know whether
terminology.
to call it a lockdown or community quarantine, di ba? Because they're saying na hindi naman lockdown to military yung term na yun Pero we all know that lockdown, yan na yung mas popular ngayon di ba? Lockdown
Meron
ba?
ng mga
Lockdown
hard
ba?
lockdown. Ewan ko kung ano-ano ng lockdown Basta ibig sabihin, hindi ka makalabas ng bahay mo.
Wala.
Lockdown.
That was actually, that's a good point. That was actually an easier thing for people to understand. Basta lockdown, kulong ka. Di ba? Either lockdown o laya.
Yan.
Diba?
Pareho sa Baklaran, nilaparan na ngayon. Imbis na street lang the barangay na, the entire
whole barangay na.
Ayun, at least naiintindihan na.
Anyway, nalilito na ako, nahihilo na ako. Showbiz na lang tayo.
Diba?
Nalilito din ang showbiz.
Alam ko si Lucy lalong-lalo na excited sa topic natin ngayon. But, pero speaking of lockdown and wala ring takas tong topic na to. Kahit pa showbiz ang pag-usapan, walang takas to. ECQ pa rin ang bagsak nito. Okay. Let's call in one of our favorite people, of course, from the entertainment industry, from media industry in general. We have with us to talk about the current, new, and maybe even a better normal for the film and television industry. Direk Jose Javier Joey Reyes. Direk, welcome po to the Chief.
Hi, good evening. Thank you for having me. Good evening. Good evening. Magandang gabi sa inyo. I was just adopting as a definition of terms ninyo. MECQ, EECQ. All I know is when it became MECQ, pwede na akong lumabas ng bahay.
You see?
But I guess pag EECQ, ikakandado na nila yung mga pintuan ng ating mga bahay. I don't know. I don't know.
So paano ngayon yan, Direk? Pagka nagtawag kayo ng, I don't know what you say in the film industry, when you gather everyone, sinong makakarating?
Oh, well,
may shooting ba nangyayari?
May shooting ba ngayon?
No, you know what? We've been gathering a lot virtually like this, hindi ba? As never before na ang dami-daming meetings na ginagawa because we anticipate and we really, really, really want to get back to work. 2 months na wala kaming trabaho, no? 2 months na wala kaming trabaho. And then we came to realize that just because of this invisible enemy, this virus, it just completely shattered all our plans for the year. And we don't feel so bad because it has shattered the plans of everybody all over the world and in all the businesses, right? I mean,
consolation lang yun
it's a consuelo de bobo na hindi lang kami nagdurusa, di ba? Ang buong mundo nagdurusa. And everybody is in confusion because yes, we have to accept that there is a new normal, but we don't know what it is. We don't know how it will be operationally, hindi ba? Especially in our business. I'm sure, hindi ba? For instance, Ami is in the studio right now, and the studio is practically empty, right? It's bare. And this is not the way we work, hindi ba? This is not the way we work. Unfortunately, hindi ba, Luci? Unfortunately, guys, hindi ba? Ang trabaho natin requires a lot of people. A lot of people together. But now we can't do that anymore because first and foremost and most paramount is the health and safety of people. So we're terrified. We're terrified, but we have to get back to work.
But does the industry lend itself to social media platforms more? Hindi ba opportunity yun?
You know what, Luci? What is happening is a process of evolution, hindi ba? Because we're all locked in our houses, people have realized that there is a very effective streaming platform, hindi ba? We discovered the joy. We discovered the joy of YouTube, hindi ba? We discovered the joy of Facebook. Luci, people are having talk shows on Facebook, hindi ba?
I know. Meron nga ngayon yung anong tawag nito? Unconfined cinema. Ano ba yun?
No. It's yung lock-in cinema ang tawag nila. Lock-in cinema.
Yan ang tawag. Okay. Kasi nakalagay.
They show their films. They show their films for free. Okay, they show their films for free. hoping that you're willing to give in donations to help the film workers. Okay.
Okay.
Maraming ganyang nangyari. I mean, I'm part of Cinemalaya. I'm in head of competition of Cinemalaya. Okay.
Yeah.
Cinemalaya this year will be online. Okay.
Okay.
Cinemalaya will be online. So all the short films will be shown online, and then we're trying to get a retrospective of films from the past, and everything is online. We have realized the power of the internet, the power of online entertainment.
Yeah.
Now, we have to adapt to the situation that we're all locked in. So it's going to affect the outside world.
Yes, but the question pa rin is, what's the business model? I mean, you're not going to be earning the oodles that you used to earn with actual film showing, right?
Oodles talaga, ha? Oodles talaga. Kumikita ng ano
Pag-box
dati.
office. Pag-box office.
Naramdaman ko may mga umalma na director, producer, artista. Oodles, asan yon?
You know what, Lucy? I mean, unfortunately, we're not earning oodles anymore. When this thing happened, theater cinema going worldwide has declined tremendously. And this just, I don't know. I hope it's not.
No, but that's because of streaming.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
No, not only streaming. Okay, the whole internet entertainment. Ang dami na kasing options. Ang dami na. Okay, I mean, there's Netflix.
But you can, at least sa streaming,
streaming.
Director, sa streaming you can sell di ba? At least you can go to Netflix. Pero ito, this is not really cinema. You cannot shoot. Ang cinema, you need mas madalas na you need an enclosed space. This is online entertainment and streaming are not cinema.
No, it's not.
I'm sure you're talking about it among yourselves. Kaya bang mag-shooting na merong physical distancing? Siguro yung mga cameraman pwede maghiwa-hiwalay. Pero paano yung mga actors? I mean, are you discussing this at all?
Wala nang kissing scene.
Yes, we are.
Kasi hindi naman pwedeng puro ganito. Ano ba naman to? Nagsasabutan. This is not cinema at all.
No, it's not. No, I mean, that's why the kids. No, I call them the kids because everybody now is much younger than me. Okay, all the guild members, they all got together, organically. Okay, nobody told them to get together, but all of them started discussing, the production designers, the cameramen, the production managers. The guilds got together and says, let's do the protocol, okay, so that when we go back to work during the COVID era, okay, we have a kind of protocol to safeguard, okay, our particular fields of specialization.
Yeah, Direk, I wanna jump into that and really start off on that. No, when you say protocols, give us some ideas on new ways and the new parameters that you'll have to be working with at least for at least another year, maybe another 1.5 years. And what are the hard implications of that in terms of numbers? Hard implications if you comply with every protocol. What does that look like in terms of the number of people that can be employed, the number of people who cannot be employed, and the number of films? And finally, ultimately, what does it even mean for the market?
All right. Okay, let me start with your first question. Okay. These protocols are just the baseline protocols which are done by the IAG. Okay, the IGA rather. In other words, nakasulat dito yung mga pwedeng gawin, nakasulat dito yung mga proseso, pwede mong i-adjust yan based on the budget of your movie. Kasi kung susunod, kamahalan siya. Okay, let me give you some example. Every production must require one trained quarantine or safety officer who is medically, who is trained, licensed, okay, disinfection and all that. Every set must have a medic, okay, whether it is a nurse or a doctor, basta every set must have a medic and a standby area kung mayroong madiscovering may sakit. Okay? Yung protocol then na here's the big patama, whereas before ang mga movie sets would have about 150 people, 120 people.
Ganun karami?
Wow.
Yeah. Now the maximum is 70 people. Okay, so automatically 50 people.
Dami pa rin.
Lucy, kasama dito yung mga barangay tanod ng mga places na
yeah.
kasama dito yung mga That's it. 70 lang yung kakayanin talaga. And saka may mga physical distancing even the moment you enter the set. The drivers are not allowed to enter the set, okay, the actual set. There are pods, okay, and each pod is dedicated to specific jobs. For instance, there's the video village where the director and the monitors are located. There is the actors pod. There is the production manager's pod, and then there is the art department pod. And you can't go around the pods. Okay, you have quarantine marshals guarding each pod so that there is no unnecessary interaction between people. Here's the fun part pa. There was a time that they were saying that even, would you believe, makeup artists have to wear PPE? Sabi namin, mamamatay naman ito mga makeup artists.
Gloves lang, gloves.
Oo, sa init lang, ano? So, there are certain people who throughout the entire production, the director, the assistant director, the production manager, the art director, lahat kayo naka-mask at naka-face shield. You cannot remove that.
Paano yung mga artista?
Yung mga
Alam nga naman ang face mask yung mga yun.
Everybody wears a face mask. Mga artista, naka-face mask lahat yan. Okay?
Hindi, sa eksena, paano?
Aalisin naman yung face mask, ano?
Siyempre, may mga mawawala diyang mga scenes, no? Ano yan? No more kissing scene. No more hugging. Tanggal na ba yun? Wala na? No more kissing scene, no more hugging.
Wala na.
Diba? Wala na yun.
No. But then there is a stipulation doon. Kapag, okay, pumayag yung artista mo, dahil both naman are assumed to be healthy, hindi ba?
Magpa-test.
The test. No, you have to have a test.
Yeah.
Okay, before you can be part of the production, you have to have a test or a DOH-approved form to trace your action. Everybody. Okay, you know what's going to be very expensive, Lucci, because this is one suggestion.
What?
Okay, the moment you start shooting, you're all isolated, you're all living in a hotel.
Oh my God!
Oh wow!
But direct, this is all very fascinating. I don't mean to be the clinical one here. But automatically 50% of the number of people in a shoot, wala, tanggal. That basically stands as proxy, as representation of the number of jobs that are already at stake. On the other side of it, production costs go up with all of these new elements, new protocols, new requirements. By how much will production costs go up?
Are you ready for this? 30%. Okay.
Wow.
Production cost.
So let me just recap. You lose 50% of the job, and you raise production cost by 30%, and paumpisa pa lang tayo ng production.
No, it's not only that. Wala ka pang venue because movie houses won't.
Exactly. Movie houses cannot be 100% filled up, right?
Oh, wala ka pa sa market. We're not talking about the market yet.
Okay. All right, Lucci, you know how many kapag nag-social distancing sa loob ng movie house, it's only 30%. Only 30% capacity. So we said, how can we earn back the money? And that is why between now and December, all the projects lined up for set aside. They've been set aside. Everything is now geared towards streaming platforms. We really, everybody's going back into production in streaming platforms. Hindi pa nga tayo nakakasiguro kung itutuloy ang Metro Manila Film Fest.
Yes,
Diba?
I was going to ask about that.
Yeah.
Are you actually preparing for the film fest? Kasi medyo malayo-layo pa yun eh. Is anyone actually preparing?
May summer pa nga eh. Di ba may summer film fest?
Hindi natuloy.
Wala na.
What about direct? What about drive-thrus? I know that it sounds really, really throwback.
That's a suggestion.
But some people are now suggesting the revival of drive-thrus.
That's true.
Natawa ako, di ba?
Paki-explain.
No, kasi somebody raised that there was a drive-through cinema here in Manila sometime in the 1960s, and it was in Fort Bonifacio. But
Naalala yun ni Lucci.
Sobra ka kasi.
Pero medyo
Sasabihin ko pa
hindi
naman, Luchi, na nung nanonood ka, Luchi, sa drive-thru,
Luchi,
wala rin namang
nagde-date si
ECQ nung
Luchi.
panahon na yun eh.
Hoy, so,
No.
kami tumigil
Guys, wait.
Ah,
Noon pinanood ni Lucci ang 10 Commandments, okay? Sa drive-thru.
Oh, okay, sige,
Okay,
payag ako.
anyway, sige, balik tayo kay Direk.
There are suggestions na i-revive yung drive-thru, no? But again, the technology won't be the same, hindi ba? You won't have that, Dolby sound system. You're inside the car, right?
Yeah.
So that's a possibility. Right now, A, we do not know when the cinemas will be allowed to open. B, we do not know the protocol for the cinemas, okay, if and when they open. And C, the producers are also looking at the feasibility and the viability of still making movies for cinemas, considering that will only be 30% in terms of its capacity, di ba?
Okay. Now let's talk about streaming because it seems to be the more viable option, no?
Yeah.
But right now, ang popular sa Asia at least, yung mga K-drama.
Yeah.
Aminin mo na, Robbie. Aminin mo na. Okay.
Aminin ko naman talaga.
Okay, Direct Eric Mati has said that Direct Eric Mati had harsh words against K-drama. I want to know your thoughts on that.
You know what's so weird, Lucci? At the same time that Eric, my friend Eric, okay, bashed K-drama, saying that they were all synthetically reproduced in terms of
Okay. Cinderella stories.
Yeah, Cinderella stories. I came up with a blog, a series of blogs celebrating K-drama. Okay, so two different camps. Okay, and why did I do this? You see, guys, I'm so bored at the start of the ECQ. I was going to Groundhog Day every day, right? It's Groundhog Day. And so my friend would say, why don't you watch this Crash Landing on You? Okay.
Yeah.
And that, okay.
binge watching.
Actually, ako rin, I only started watching K-drama during the ECQ. And I actually found it very entertaining. I don't know if it's just because it's a different language, different faces, different setting, no? But it was actually very fascinating to me.
No, and if you really,
it's not a common experience.
No, and if you really look into it, if you really study the structure, the themes, okay, and even the tropes that are used in K-drama,
yes.
It's for the world. It's not just it's for the world while promoting Korea.
Ang galing ng promotion nila.
Wala ka napapansin. Yeah,
but they always show eating Korean food. Tapos laging pinapakita yung mga tourist spots. Laging may drone shot of some place.
But there's a point. There's a point here, diba, Direk? I mean, not just K-drama, but K-pop and the export of the Korean brand in general. As we all know, this was a government-supported campaign. This is not organic. Parang they really invested in that, which brings up the point. Whatever takeaway you can have from K-drama or any other cinema out there, you need government. You need that support, especially in times like this.
Yeah. Okay. All I could say to that is
Pero Direk, what kind of support would you want from the government? You're discussing this with members of the industry. Do you have any specific suggestions? How can the government help you? Or maybe how can the private sector help you at this point? Kasi mukhang magkakatagalan tong problema to. And it might kill the industry, no? Sayang naman.
Yeah. Well, in terms of the government, what we need is really, tax holiday, okay? The Philippine movie industry is the most heavily taxed motion picture industry in the world. Okay?
Really? How so?
Okay. Explain. Give us an idea. Yeah.
For every 100 pesos that you pay to buy a movie ticket, okay, 30 pesos, okay, automatically goes to the government. Okay?
Okay.
30 pesos,
Malaki,
okay? Yeah, 30 pesos goes to the theater owner, and only 30 pesos goes to the producer.
Is the tax
wow.
is the tax on movies earmarked to benefit the entertainment industry again,
No.
or
No, it
does
is
that
not.
just go to the national treasury?
It just goes to the National Treasury and the LGUs.
Flood
Okay?
Wow.
tax yun, di ba?
So you get
Yeah,
Flood tax.
absolutely no support?
Yeah, the
yeah,
amusement tax is a flood
yeah.
tax.
The amusement tax, the amusement tax, okay?
Yeah, it's a
So,
flood tax.
Mm.
so in other words, for you to break even, you have to earn 300% more, okay? You have to earn 300% of how much you invested, okay? So that is why when a big studio says, "Oh God, we earned 100 million," sometimes lugi pa sila noon because ang investment nila is 40 million. You see?
Mm.
Oo. Yes. Yeah.
It's so heavily taxed, okay? It's so heavily taxed. And yung
Okay.
paano yung support namin, yung Cinema Evaluation Board was dissolved. Remember when
Mm.
these were classified as A or B with a
Yes.
tax rebate of 100 to 50%? It was outlawed. It was
Okay.
considered constitutional by the Supreme Court.
Okay, wait, Direk, alam mo, yeah, we've touched on so many things, and obviously we can't deep dive into everything. But in the past weeks, there's been a sort of a running theme every time we tackle different sectors. And that running theme is, as they said, a crisis is a terrible thing to waste. And crisis equals opportunity.
Yeah.
Like, given the crisis right now, and nobody's belittling how hard it is for everyone, especially for your sector. But what's the opportunity here?
Oh, a lot. You know what? There are a lot of realizations. Okay, let me start first from the fact that this is the first time that the industry got together organically. In other words, what they said, you guys get together, but everybody got together because we knew or we realized that we cannot stand up again. We cannot resurrect unless we all help each other. And that has never happened before. Okay, that
Okay.
in itself is very important because now the elders, okay, the producers, are sitting down with the guilds. They're being treated as equals. Hindi na nangangahulugan na dahil ang producer ang may pera, kami lang ang may say. Now we listen to everybody because we need to help each other. That I think is an important development. Secondly, God, I mean, sinasabi ko naman all the time, no, my mantra throughout this experience is accept, okay? After accept, adjust, then you advance. Okay? Accept the situation, adjust to the situation, then you need to advance. Innovation is needed, and we're beginning to innovate. We're beginning to create projects which are COVID friendly, hoping that we could last for a year and a half, which is something like that.
Okay. What is a COVID friendly film? What is that?
Okay. Low cost, very few locations, very few actors, very few competent and if not excellent actors, and at the same time very organized production. We are actually professionalizing out of necessity. There is this need to
But
really
doesn't that constrain your creativity?
no, that's the challenge, Luchi, eh. That's the challenge, eh. Pag sinabi mo, what can I do? This is the only thing I can do. Then you just might as well stop. Hindi ba?
Okay. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
need to just keep on fighting. Because if we all think that way, na, ay, ano ba to? Ano magagawa natin? And some producers have actually ventilated such ideas. Sabi namin, no, you gotta fight. And you know who's offering the innovation? It's the kids. Okay?
Yeah.
It's
Will
the
you be
new
relying? Speaking of innovation, will you be relying on technology like artificial intelligence, for example, in movie
CG,
production?
computer
Hindi naman
graphics, no?
a lot of CGI, a lot of
Yeah.
special effects, okay?
Yes.
And there are people who are doing movies using the Zoom as the
Yeah.
center point, like this. I mean, you have to play with technology. You have to use technology to overcome, okay, to overcome the consequences of the pandemic.
Right.
Wait, Direk, ito, just to be,
Will AI be replacing human resources? Yeah, I think that's my question.
No, I
Will
hope
you be
not.
forced to replace human resources with AI, artificial intelligence?
In our third world setting, AI would still be a far dream. Okay,
mm,
more technologically refined, and then AI becomes more accessible to production costs. Perhaps as of
Yeah.
now, I doubt that very much. It's all a lot of the Filipinos' sense of survival and innovation.
What
Direk,
about
how
the
do we
story?
ensure? I mean, I agree. Pagka when you have constraints, it forces creativity, it forces innovation. On the other hand, it could also force people into shortcuts and going for the least
Mhm.
common denominator. It could be a race to the bottom. How do we ensure that the current constraints engenders innovation and creativity rather than a throwback to pito-pito?
Alright, malalaman mo naman kung pito-pito o pinag-isipan Alam mo naman ang
Mm.
produkto ng henyo at ang produkto ng isang bobo, hindi ba? Makikita
Mm.
mo naman yun hindi ba? I mean, I think it would
Yeah.
be so easily seen in terms of the product
Mm.
And in these platforms which we're doing for, may quality control yan, may quality control yan. It means you have to deliver a certain kind of
Yeah.
quality in order to be accepted. So hindi mo pwedeng ratsadahin lang hindi pwede.
That's right. That's true. Right now, you have sort of this quasi de facto council. I mean, the streaming platforms are effectively a council right now, whereas before, no pito pito, the market was
Yeah.
unvetted.
No, but you'd be surprised, Rob. You'd be surprised. I know for a fact that certain studios are going to be opening their own exclusive YouTube channels, okay, which will which will show web series and the likes and this is a testing ground for eventually
Oh.
developing their own channels of video on demand.
Yeah.
Mm.
So,
Okay.
so yeah, that's another route of innovation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Kaya lang, does that limit also the number of genres that will now allow themselves to play out with smaller budgets and sabihin na natin, streaming audiences rather than cinema audiences?
Okay, just one word regarding that. Lucci, streaming is not covered by the MTRCB. Okay.
Okay.
Ah.
Okay.
There's a
So
lot,
you
okay?
can go there.
Okay.
Okay, okay,
Ala,
that answers a lot.
tahimik ka lang, baka mamaya biglang ipasok ka.
No, I actually talked to Chairperson Rachel Arenas, and I was asking her, is MTRCB still covering streaming? Sabi, that's a really gray area. We're not into that. We have a lot of problems right now, but I think it's not covered. Okay, sabi namin, since it's not covered, you can do things, which you can't do in movie houses.
Yeah,
Okay,
yes.
so that's really
Okay.
wonderful.
Something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but it's all a matter of looking at this positively, although it's really, really very hard because I'll be honest with you. I mean, a great number of our film workers right now are starving because di ba maski sa TV naman maski sa TV ang dami-dami nawala ng
Ayun,
trabaho.
namimiss na nga yan ng mga tao. Kumusta na yung mga series nyo? Mga puro replay na lang yata. May pag-asa
Hindi
pa rin magkaroon ng bago.
Alam mo, may kukwento ko sa amin na medyo magugulat. Kanina pinag-uusapan namin ito ni Robbie. Alam mo ang gagawin ng iba kapag kunyari may teleserye ka. Kunyari, pupunta ni Robbie. Okay, Robbie, gusto namin mag-shooting sa bahay mo. Okay, chichikin namin ang health record ng bahay ni Robbie. Tapos, throughout the duration of the teleserye, ititira namin ang pamilya ni Robbie sa hotel.
Alakin! Sa hotel!
Talagang ititira kami sa bahay. So, can you imagine how much... because that's the most logical thing to do. Hindi ba?
Kaya lang, mahirap sa barangay ko ngayon
Hard lockdown sila.
Barangay kulyat kami. Hindi rin pwede sa barangay ni Lucci.
Hindi, hard lockdown.
Dito sa Porteria.
Ganun ang solusyon, okay? Isa pang sitwasyon, nahuli ako on my last 4 days of a movie and shooting. Di ngayon nung location kami, chine-check namin yung mga location, lahat ng location namin na gustong kunin, nag-turn down na, ayaw na ng mga isa lang ang pumayag. Yung pala, yung kapitbahay nila, namatay sa COVID. Alam ka naman Kala pala pumayag.
Yeah, no? Na paranoia.
Gawin namin.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be, we'll be quarantined. Again, pag resume namin for the last 4 days, it's about what? About 9 days kami quarantine to finish the last shooting.
Yeah, but direct, gusto ko lang sundan yung tanong ni Lucci, no? I mean, given all the protocols, given all the parameters, no? So you start off from a very limiting base. What genres would lend themselves to, as you said, this COVID, safe cinema making? I remember Eric Mati's post on this na hopefully it cannot be this. I mean, hopefully we don't just grab the low-hanging fruit of social media themed exchange in real time and so on and so forth. What do you see as a viable, challenging, but at the same time not necessarily COVID for COVID's sake? That's something, a genre that goes beyond this moment.
Well, for one thing, we are developing a horror movie. Okay, we're doing a horror movie. Okay, which is COVID friendly. Okay, meaning one location, the whole movie takes place in one isolated location. Okay, we are developing a comedy. Okay, we're doing a comedy series. Okay, which is COVID friendly, which would integrate both internet and live action. Okay, you can have dramas. Okay, you can have web series, and it's been done. It's been done. Now, regarding Eric's, I see Eric's concern, but naman Eric, hindi ba? Eric Mati is Eric Mati, okay? It's not that you're going to be constricted to, just purely COVID themed stories. It's all up to you. It's all up to you. It's an open season, okay, and it's up to you to make the most out of this situation in order to innovate and to create something new. It doesn't mean that you get to something which is expected.
Okay. How long before you think things will be closer to normal, or closer to the way they were before the pandemic?
Alam mo, Luchin, hindi ko ba muna iniisip yun eh. Iniisip ko when is it going to be safe to shoot again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. But
You-
siguro we're talking about yung PC. Gaano kahaba ang PC ng movie industry dito?
At sino ang may PC? Sino ang may PC?
Oo,
Yan.
meron ba?
Yan ang ating kikilatisin, okay? Ang alam ko na ang haba-haba ng PC meron pa yatang problema sa Kongreso, okay? So
Yeah, oo nga eh.
so
Hindi, pero kailan ba na franchise noon? Nang Star
ano
sila.
yan?
Yung grupo nila,
Hindi ba?
yung
Hindi
grupo
naman kailangan ng franchise noon, di ba?
No, but still, yung
Pero dama yung PC mo doon.
yung mga senior actors ninyo, kumusta? How are they faring? Dito
you
sa
senior actors. You know what, Ami? I found that to be so ageist na ang lahat pa sa oras na 60 and above ka, you cannot work anymore.
Oo
I mean,
nga
it's unfair.
yun,
Yeah.
paano yun?
I'm 65. Sabi ko, you're gonna make me stay home and wait for the angel of death? Sabi ko, you're not gonna stop me, no?
That's true.
Okay, the point is that we were able to adjust that, and the only three concerns. One is you do not have a pre-existing health condition which is very COVID conducive. That is, kung malala ang diabetes mo, kung meron kang major heart condition, baka mag-second thought kaming gamitin ka. Kung 60, 70 years old ka, malakas ka pa sa kalabaw, why would we deprive you of an opportunity to work, right?
Right.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, everybody, we just have to see, okay, you have to see the condition of the senior actor in the same manner that for me, the bigger problem are the kids, the minors. Di ba?
Direct,
What
meron
about
ba tayong
Yeah, what
Yeah,
about
sorry,
the
Luchi.
discovery of new talents? Is
Well-
that going to be hindered by this?
Oh no, Luchi.
Talaga?
This is the best opportunity for new talents. Why? Naghahanap ng break. At saka, mura sila eh. Okay? Naghahanap sila ng break. And ikatlo, they will be given jobs which otherwise they would not have gotten in a normal situation.
True.
Because they will be given dramatic roles and all that. Because choice sila now, it's labanan ng talent, hindi labanan lang ng mukha.
Okay, so stars-wise, sino yung mga namimiligro? Sino yung most threatened?
Yung malalaki. Yung malalaki.
Yung mga
Yung malalaki.
Yeah.
Direct. Unfortunately, we're running out of this. I'll prompt you with this final question for this segment. In terms of trying to look for a way forward, meron ba kayong peg na ibang bansa, film entertainment industry in other countries that you look to, not in terms of their production, but in terms of how they're navigating the current crisis and planning for a way forward? Meron ba tayong, are there models out there for us?
Well, we have looked at various models. We have looked at models from Europe. Okay, we have looked at how the US intends to do it, although they have not yet resumed, no? And we look that South Korea is going to go back into production. Yeah, South Korea.
Yeah,
is going
they're
back into
starting already. Yeah.
Yeah. Pero
Yeah,
iba
already
kasi yung
started.
sistema nila, Lucci, mas mahal yung sistema nila. Kasi most
Malaki
of their...
budget.
Saka maganda
kasi,
health system nila.
no,
Yeah.
saka Lucci, ang market nila, the world. Hindi ba?
Yes,
Ang market
true.
nila, the world.
Oh, that's true. Netflix
So,
is
if
so
you...
full of K-drama.
Yeah, you can't see anything there anymore in Netflix except K-drama, right?
I
So,
know. Yeah.
so having said that, we're trying to mix all this together, which could best fit the Filipino. Okay?
Yes.
Oh, by the way, ito pang ikamamahal ng productions, we're only going to be allowed to work 12 hours, not more than 12
Oh,
hours.
wow.
Ganon.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
and that 12 hours starts from the moment somebody steps on the set. Okay,
Yes.
so the moment somebody steps on the set, you end. So in other words, you start at 6 in the morning, you have to end by 6 in the evening. At the most, 8 in the evening kung may petition, kung mayroong
okay
request.
na rin yun. Wala nang pepetics.
Ay, wala na.
Oo,
But
hindi na
everybody's
pwede yun.
alerto, di ba? Everybody's alerto. Wala na nagpupusoy
Yes.
sa, di ba? So,
Totoo. Yeah.
everybody's alerto.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Direk, hindi ka pa tapos, ha? Pabalik
Oh.
lang kami. So, this is the end of this conversation.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just gonna
Yeah.
go to gap, no? Yes.
Okay.
So, don't go
Alrighty.
away. We will be
Okay,
back.
I won't.
Okay.
Welcome back to this edition of the Chiefs. We're still with Direct Joey discussing the fate of the Philippine movie industry in this pandemic. Direct, kanina you said yung ibang karamihan sa Netflix are movies that are built for, we were talking about the South Korean movie industry and you said their movies are directed toward the world market. Pero
Yeah.
hindi pa tayo pwedeng ganun din. Kasi marami na rin ako napanood na Korean movies and hindi naman sila actually very high budget, except for the special effects, of course. Yung karamihan mga drama, like Parasite, medyo, lang naman yun, it's just, it's a dramatic movie. Pero hindi siya yung high budget special effects na tipong mga avatar na mga ganon. Aren't we also trying to go in that direction? Kasi at least kung malaki yung market mo, pwede ka magbenta, di ba? Iba-ibang streaming services.
You know what, Ami? It's easier to see the status of the Korean popular culture. I'm not talking about movies. I'm talking about television, about K-pop, and the whole caboodle. No, it took years, and it really took, as Robbie made mention earlier. It's a government campaign. It was a fully supported government campaign to use Korean popular culture to sell the nation. Okay, to sell the nation and at the same time become a major component of their exports. How can we relate it to here? I wish the government would have a more concerted effort and a more organized, systematic manner, okay, of really helping the entertainment industry. Okay, maybe they could just even help by talking the same language as the language of people in entertainment, and understand that we are not just burloloys used for political campaigns, and that we are actually a high-earning industry, okay, if we are marketed properly, di ba?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to ask about that. What kind of help exactly? Like in marketing, because we have a Film Academy of the Philippines. In what sector do you need the help from the government in marketing to the world or in technological assistance? Ano yun?
You know what, Ami? I have to be very careful in answering that question without having to cross the line and making references to the present, agencies who are supposed to be in the position to help the film industry. Okay, all I am saying is that you cannot do this piecemeal and you cannot do this sporadically. Hindi pwede yung mga ahensya may kanya-kanyang diskarte. Kailangan organize yan at mayroong orchestration mula sa gobyerno at may end goal. Okay, dapat iisa lang ang vision, hindi ba? Hindi na nangangahulugan ng maraming ahensya na dapat tumulong sa industriya, pero naman in the long run is hindi naman nagtutugma yung kanilang mga pananaw into one common vision. Okay? Like realistically speaking, hindi ba, yung ating movie industry, we started way ahead of Korea. But look, Korea went on stage and win the Oscars. Hindi ba?
Yeah. And the
Pero
K-pop phenomenon.
K-pop, right?
Yeah. Somebody very well versed in K-pop and K-drama told me that a lot of it has to do with the way the stars and the celebrities are handled by independent agencies instead of competing networks.
Yeah, that's true.
Would you agree with that?
Itago natin yung expert na yan sa pangalang Joey Francisco.
Okay. No, tama siya. Tama si Joey Francisco. Okay, tama siya. Unang-una, hindi ba, Luchi, wala ka napapansin? Kung nanonood ka ng mga K-drama, walang love teams. Okay?
Wala. And
they
sometimes they appear in KBS, sometimes they appear in SBS. So, hindi sila network exclusive, no?
Hindi. And as a result of that, they grow as actors. They learn to interact with various actors. Ito pa, karamihan dyan sa mga artistang yan are theater arts college graduates.
Yes,
Okay?
they have schools just for acting.
Yeah.
No?
And talagang trained sila. Yung K-pop na yan, hindi ka naman nila isusoga sa entablado. Paglabas mo, pre-packaged na. You're already a product, marketed. Sa atin, we have the talent show mentality and the reality show mentality, di ba?
Ano yun? Explain. We discover the talent from
reality shows are one big audition, hindi ba? It's an audition because while you are being sifted, okay, while you are being selected, the audience sees you and you already develop a fan base. So much so that when the winners emerge, meron ng fan base. But somebody popular does not necessarily mean somebody who can act, right? Or dance, hindi ba? It's different when you're geared to be a celebrity and it's different when you're geared to be an artist.
That's true.
So here, we are preoccupied with celebrityhood. That's why careers are very short because, these are a lot of careers are not founded on talent but are founded on popularity. And popularity wanes, hindi ba? Popularity wanes.
So will this pandemic
I'm really fascinated.
That dynamic? Will this pandemic give an opportunity for us to change the dynamic? The way we pick talents, the way we cast.
But you see, it's not only that, but we have all changed because of this pandemic, Luchi? We have all changed. We have realized so many things about things that we value and the way we perceive people and the way we perceive life, mainly because we were confined and we were made look inside before we look outside. I imagine that there would be a lot of changes. There would be a lot of changes in the same manner that we realize so many things about ourselves by being isolated. In this isolation, hopefully we gain wisdom and not bitterness.
Directly speaking in terms of things to learn, I mean, going back to Korean shows, what really fascinates and impresses me, other than the star system being very different, is the discipline in the storytelling and the confidence in the storytelling. In the sense na, Chloe ends, and Filipinos are already betting, magkaka-season 2 yan. Kasi it's a hit, di ba? Sayang naman kung hindi. But no, we have a hit, we're done with it, everybody moves on from World of the Married, and tapos na yon. Yun na yung ending. Kung biting ka, sorry ka. because we're moving on to a new hit. Diba? Whereas dito, you have probinsyano, hindi mo pwedeng patayin kasi okay pa eh.
Oy, bakit mo naman
hatake mo ng hatake mo. But ang point ko lang is it still goes to a system that we're so hanging on to the hit. It's not a hit making system. It's dependent on having a hit and then hanging on to it as long as you can. And therefore, as I said, it's a totally different discipline.
Yeah, it is. Kasi, it is so much more fulfilling for the writers of Korean novellas, mainly because you know that you're gonna finish the season in 16 episodes, right?
Yes. Right.
From the very start, you know how it's going to end. Everything is dito kasi sa atin, alam naman natin, hindi ba, kunyari, nag-start ka ng ganito na may artista na kasama sa plot mo, tapos sabi ng FDG, ng focus group, na ayaw audience
ayaw nila sa kanya.
in 2 weeks papatain yung character na yon, hindi ba?
True,
So yung simulat mo na tapon na yon, ano?
Yes.
Tapos na kailangan mawala na sa kunyari sa week 10 tapos na. Ay gusto ng audience yan. Sige, lakihan niyo ang kwento niyan. So saan nagpupunta ang kwento?
In short, it's star-driven.
It's very much audience and star-driven. It's very much star-driven. If you saw Itaewon Class and if you've seen my personal favorite is Sky Castle, okay?
Yes, that's good.
Castle
Napanood ng lahat.
it's very definite. It's very diba, Luchi? Ang gagaling nila. Ang gagaling.
Ang gagaling. Story arc pati. Ang ganda. Ang galing. I mean, develop it. And then,
facing now. Sa tingin nyo, hindi mababago? Yung star-driven na panonood ng mga Pilipino? You think it will not change with the current situation we're in now?
No, tingnan na lang natin yung Let me just give you an example. For ilan yung World of the Married, hindi ba?
Yes.
The Filipino, yung mga friends ko sabi, ba't ganun ang ending? Hindi ba?
No, it's not happy. It's not very happy. Pero, wow, yeah. It makes you think.
I mean, not all marriages end happily, right? Hindi ba yung, bakit ganon? Bakit nawala yung...
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Hindi ikaw. Yung isang nanonood.
No, I mean, I guess my point it also is dictated by the amount of sophistication, okay, and the amount of education of your audience in being able to accept, plot results which are not following very conventional and predictable tropes.
Right.
Yeah, Direk, I just wanna follow through on another thing you mentioned kanina in terms of things that people can still look forward to or maybe not. Yung film festivals, you mentioned Cinemalaya, you mentioned Manila MMFF, and so on. What can we expect there? Wala. And what's even possible still in terms of whether it's these big festivals or these small curated festivals, what's possible in the coming year?
No, I talked to the MMDA people because I'm part of the short film festival ng MMFF, no. I asked them kung tuloy. Ang sabi nila hindi pa nila napapag-usapan. Siyempre naman, dahil yung mga problema ng MMDA ngayon, mas malaki kaysa unahin itong festival for December. Okay, Cinemalaya is postponed for next year. That's definite. But we are showing online all the short films which we have selected for competition and possibly a retrospective. I don't know if the Quezon City Film Festival is pushing through. I'm not sure if Cinema One is pushing through. I haven't heard word. But you see, if ever they do, I imagine they will also go online because there are no cinema houses. Okay, because there are no cinema houses to provide that. Even the Cannes Film Festival is going online, di ba? Even the Cannes Film Festival is going online. So everything is going online until 2021. And that is assuming that...
But are there going to be new fairs to look forward to? Or are we just, as far as these, for example, these small film festivals are concerned, are we just expecting them to be curating from their archives?
With Cinemalaya, we have all new short films. Okay, we have all new short films. These are 15 to 20-minute films. There are 10 in competition and 20 in exhibition, and the rest will be in retrospective. Kasi yung mga films na dapat ipalabas sa August nito na huli ng lockdown, they could not shoot. Okay? So hindi natapos. Okay? Hindi natapos. So
Anong mangyayari sa mga yun? Anong
next year
mangyayari dun sa mga nabitin? Talagang
next year,
hold.
next year, Lucy, there'll be about 18 films in Cinemalaya because you have 2020 and the 2021. There'll be about 18 films. That is, of course, assuming that things go better by October. Okay, that's assuming that things are, more or less going towards the normal. No, you asked Lucy when we expect to go back to normal. Honestly, the earliest is about late 2022.
Direct from the wow.
Yeah.
Direct from the private sector. Would you want one of the industrialists to invest in a local streaming service? Would that help?
Oh yes, definitely. Oh yes, most definitely.
And is there a market kung may mag-i-invest? I mean,
yes.
going to sell this to one of these industrialists. Sasabihin nyo, kikita kayo, sige na, mag-invest kayo. Para lang magkaroon ng market yung local industry.
No, you see, ganito yun, I mean, for it to make kita, it shouldn't be just the Philippines alone. It must aspire for international market.
Yes.
But
meron naman tayo mga OFW. We have 10 million people overseas.
No, pero hindi pa rin.
Pero dapat general audience. Dapat broad.
A little bit of news for you guys. Even Netflix's business model is still not yielding profits as much as they want to. If something as large as Netflix cannot yield that much profit, what more hindi ba of a localized streaming service? There is actually one. In ABS, you have the iWant, no?
Yeah.
But they only punched during the lockdown. Sumipa lang nila during the lockdown. Okay? And what is so interesting pa rin is hindi sila prepared sa dami ng pumasok bigla. Okay? Dahil sa hindi ba who expected this lockdown to last this long.
Well,
Correct.
bago tayo magtapos, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Mabuhay.
Ng Balagtas Award.
Gawad ng Balagtas Award.
Pero guys, you know what? I'm very worried. When they start giving you lifetime achievement awards, hindi ba nakabahang ka, hindi ba? Sabi ko, binibigyan lifetime achievement award. I'm only on chapter 1, okay?
Yeah. Direk, alam nyo, ibig sabihin ng lifetime achievement award sa mga araw na ganito. Hindi kayo pwede lumabas ng bahay.
Alam ko, minor. Sabi ko, tawa ko ng tawa. Kung kailan pa ako nakakulong, in-affirm yung seniority ko, no? Sabi ko, I appreciate it. I really appreciate it.
Alam nyo, sa Baguio, may bagong rule.
Which is?
Ang Sunday devoted to Seniors Day. So, hindi pwede lumabas ang mga hindi senior. Okay, yun ha. Buti na lang, hindi pa ako doon.
Pero alam nyo, masaya. Ang saya na malaking discount sa butika. Okay.
Well, let's all hope sandali na lang to. Multi-awarded director and filmmaker Joey Reyes. Marami pong salamat for joining the Chiefs.
Salamat,
Thank you so much.
Thank you po.
Maraming salamat.
Yes.
You stay safe, guys. You stay safe, guys. Okay.
Okay. Okay, that will be all for this edition of the Chiefs. We hope what was discussed here will keep the conversation going. I'm Ami Paminton of the Philippine Star.
I'm Lucy Cruz Valdez of News 5.
I'm Robbie Alampay, and we are One News.